Right then, let's check this video out from Steorg. The current state of Wuthering Waves. There seems to be a lot of these videos going around at the moment. Like people talking about, like, is Wuthering Waves in a bad place? What's the deal with Wuthering Waves right now? So I guess let's react to somebody talking about the current state of Wuthering Waves right now. Preemptive like, should check Steorg out, makes great content. Let's see what he's got to say, shall we?
One of those videos, the current state of Wuthering Waves.
Okay.
Watching and listening to the video till the end will make you a better person like me. Okay.
Wait a minute. So, wait a minute. I'm on the Chad, or I'm on the fat dude at the start for watching the video. Then these are the things we need to know, Steorg. We need to know this to decide whether we're going to unsubscribe, bro. Come on.
So today, let's talk about the state of the game. I'm not going to talk about and do a review to every single thing because I already talked a lot about the game. But let's talk about the current game, the future of it, and of course, what are we expecting. I'm going to start it with the revenue report. The game went a little down with the gacha, which I would really say that it's a problem in decision making with making the Shangli patch too long and making the second patch in a new game a filler patch isn't really that good of a call, but
somebody commented this on one of my videos the other day, actually saying that or in my streams, actually, I think it was saying that maybe the filler patch came a little bit too early, and I agree. Sometimes it coming this early into a game, well, pretty much all of the time, coming this early with a filler patch, it's probably not the best thing because you want to keep the trends going in the right direction. You want to keep people hooked when they're in the honeymoon period, definitely. But I think at the same time, we have to remember that 90% of the story was rewritten between the tests and the game coming out. They had to bring forward some of the patches as well to try to not compete directly with Hoyo. So everything was kind of knocked out of whack, wasn't it? The schedule wasn't in the place that they probably wanted it to be. So I think this patch was kind of desperately needed, probably for Kuro to get themselves together, to refocus, to readjust and really push for the next patches, because the next couple of patches, by the looks of it, look like they're going to be absolute bangers. New area, new story, some insane banners, in my opinion, that are upcoming. So I think even though it wasn't the optimal thing, I think it was needed. So let's see what his reasons are for why he doesn't think it was the best decision, which it might not be, and it definitely looks like that for revenue, but I'm just thinking it might not have been needed, but it had to happen, if that makes sense.
maybe they're cooking. But for now, it's a little questionable. They still made an insane amount of money, okay? 11 million is a crazy number. People do underestimate that in mobile only. But yeah, whatever. Let's talk now.
We were speaking about this. We won't go over it too much, but yeah, the revenue charts are specifically mobile only. I think this game makes a lot of money on PC. It's going to make even more on console. And 8 to 15 million is still ridiculously a massive amount of cash. Like, people look at that and they're like, you know, it's like, dude, that's a lot of money, that is.
About the actual game, okay? Because no one is getting that money. So my first point about Wuthering Waves, which I'm also making a separate video about it, is holograms. And I think that holograms are carrying this game. Now, the thing about holograms is that I can say that almost all bosses are good, with excluding bugs, of course, because we started with the IX camera problems and things like that. But other than that, I think that every boss was cool. Some of them, of course, were a little annoying and had some weird mechanics, but my experience...
This bird, I hate this bird sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't bother me so much, and then sometimes I hate it with a passion.
Currently with Wuthering Waves is, other than doing dailies and playing the game from now and then, just logging in and trying new characters and new comps to just have fun in some challenge. In one of the holograms that I already did, by the way, is something super fun. I really
They're fun. They get that moment of getting so close so many times, and then you like, it really makes you think about the patterns, the mechanics, you know, really getting one with the mechanical skill of the game. They are incredibly fun, frustrating, and addictive, and I think all of those things together sometimes can be like really good for a game, you know, because it makes you want to keep coming back for more. You know, you just get close enough, and then you steal victory, or you steal defeat from the jaws of victory, and you're like, right, I've got to go again. Talking about this, I'd like to see a kind of tower system in the game. You know, maybe something that's a little bit like the Abyss, where you know there's just almost a never-ending tower to go through, to just go at, and then when you die, you fail, and you know, you just keep trying to maybe get a new high, and it's never ending, and there's different enemies and different affixes and all this sort of stuff. I don't know, something to throw out there. I think they'd be quite simple to add into the game, because a lot of the other things that I'd like to see in the game in terms of end game and extra content would probably take a lot more development time. I think something like that would be really simple to get in, you know, because it's just throwing enemies at you after each level. You go on to the new level and it's another enemy, and, you know, rinse and repeat.
Really like the holograms. They are carrying, and it is going to be getting better and better. We are finally having the Inferno Rider, and I can confirm it's so good. It's super fun. A lot of people will like it. A lot of people will tilt. I can't wait to see people try it. It's fun. But yeah, I think this mode is something we're missing in most gachas. Maybe I can say all the popular ones, and I think this is the main thing that a lot of people play Wuthering Waves for. Some good challenge that you don't find in most gacha games. And
well, a lot of people in PGR will say that that's a thing that PGR does. It seems to be the thing that Kuro are about. I'm still early in PGR. I can see the skill expression in the combat, but obviously I'm still kind of going through the story, so I haven't really saw that difficulty spike yet. But people have told me, trust me, there's some stuff that'll test your grit in that game as well. And obviously we see that in Kuro, because I see some people kind of like use that as a negative for the game. Well, it's just harder, as if that's not like a good thing to have some challenge. I can understand things being too difficult for some people, and me myself, you know, it might be a turn off sometimes, but I think having a specific part of the game that's like to be the ultra challenge space is definitely something that I think's warranted, and more gacha games should have that sort of stuff.
And their approach with it is, okay, you can build.
I think a lot of time they're scared to scare off whales, aren't they?
Level, and you know, level 90, and you can kill the boss easily. Well, every single new boss now goes to level 100, which makes you not able to do that, unless of course you're a whale. But I'm talking about people who want to enjoy the game, of course. Now let me talk about the depth of Elusive Realm. I only played the first stage now. God, they're cooking. Like, as I said from the start of the game, this has the potential to be the best mode in the game. And
it does. I think at the minute, this is probably the closest thing we've got to like a dungeon system in the game, isn't it? You know, because it's kind of like, it's not, but it is. It's as close as we've got. Like I say, like there's so many things in this game at the minute, elements which are so close to that system, that dungeon system that I want. It's just like they keep teasing me. It's like, just give it me, please. Yeah, I've completed this event now, and I think this is probably the best Elusive Realm we've had. I agree, they're cooked hard with this.
The current state of this mode is cool. Like, this is cool for casuals or tryhards or anybody to enjoy this mode. You can mix and match, and it changes every single patch. Now, of course, we can't dismiss the fact that we just got another
each run feels almost different. Obviously,
5-star that we get.
There's only so much variance in each patch, but you know, every run can feel a little bit different almost as well.
And he is correct.
To a degree.
Another character that is very, very powerful, and with Shorekeeper in the future, I think the meta will go crazy. And this is the thing about Wuthering Waves. I think that the community really likes the game, and you have those people who, like me, go and make a video and complain about something, and you find it addressed in the next patch. I would say not everything, to be honest, but a lot of the things that we want to, you know, be fixed are getting fixed. So this actually makes me
Kuro cook hard when it comes to listening, transparency, and like getting these things looked at quite quickly as well, don't they? You know, the quality of life department is killing it. Whoever's dealing with all that sort of stuff in the company deserves a raise, because they are smashing it in that regard.
Think about how generous
for the most
and
part,
fun in the same time this game is. Like, it is actually doing a great job at being a free-to-play live service game. I can easily say that you don't need to spend money in this game. Which takes me to the other thing. The 4 stars in this game are amazing. I'm making a video about Chessa currently, and this is one of the characters that not a lot of people are talking about, but she's like so much fun. Like, trying new characters that are 4 stars.
I just can't get into the ranged characters. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more time with some of them, you know, and try and appreciate them for what they are, because I don't really vibe with the ranged characters. Now, a character I do freaking vibe with is Danjin. I absolutely love her. She's so much fun to use. I like the fact that she's a glass cannon. You really have to make sure your dodge game is on point. And she's incredibly powerful as well when you've got copies. Like, you know, she borderlines that 4-star to 5-star gap, in my opinion.
stars and getting insane results with them is something cool. I would say that there are some things that I don't care about in the game. I do not really like Tower of Adversity or the abyssing.
Yeah, I agree. The Tower of Adversity for me could do with some major reworks, in my opinion. I'm not against it, but I'm just not a massive fan of it. You know, it's fun, it's okay, but I don't really like. It's when we get a new update, I'm never really like, right. I've got, you know, I want to go into the Tower of Adversity. I feel like it could be done a lot better. I feel like it needs some. Keep what we've got now, but adjust some of that stuff, but add something else to it. So when you go into the Tower of Adversity, there's like different things to do. Again, I think it'd be the perfect place, like I said, to have that level system where you can just keep going, and it's maybe has a cap or it's infinite and you go till you die kind of thing. Or you can actually like step out so you can go back in at the level you was at, you know, because obviously you want to log off, but if you haven't died, you know, so you can still like hop in and hop out kind of thing. And just add some things in there, take some things from PGR, take some things from some other games as well, but make the Tower of Adversity a little bit more than what it is now, because yeah, I agree here. It just doesn't really make me want to hop into it. To be fair, the last two patches, I haven't really bothered with it. I just haven't really bothered with it at all. I've had a little dabble. I've cleared some of the levels, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to go do something else now.
Genshin or MOC. I don't really care about it. I kind of have fun with one of the, for example, Scar fights, but you know that this is like 60% of it is a stat check and 40% is a skill. You know, it's not the thing.
It really is like, it really is the DPS check of the game, isn't it? Which I understand. All gacha games are going to have a mode that kind of is the DPS check. It's the, have you spent your cash? Have you done your pulls? Have you leveled everything up? Which is fine, but I'd like something more to it as well, because like I say, it kind of just feels like that sometimes. And like, and I think the mode is really to get you to like build out your teams as much as possible, and that's fine, but give me something more. Give me something more.
For me, I like holograms way more, but
I agree,
it's
I
still
do as well.
doing a good job at making this mode. I hope they change it, by the way. I hope they make it even better. I still think the world needs some more build up. The story really needs help. Like, it's being so
we're early
good
in now there,
but
you know,
we will see how it will be. Like, the story
I think we have got to give time for the world building. That's something that can only come with time, you know. I don't want to see that sort of stuff rushed. I get it. People are at that point now where it's like, well, I want to see more, but it's like that can only come with time. But I think the world could be improved with events that are going on. World bosses. Give me world bosses, man. Give me like co-op world bosses, or give me matchmake world bosses where like instance into a world boss and like it's with other people as well. Like, I think that could kind of really be cool. Like, you could go into a matchmaking queue and just fight some super hard enemies that are like statted up to their eyeballs, so it takes all 4 people to really go in and work together, or 3 people to really go in and work together to, like, you know, make it happen. I think that'd be kind of cool as well.
Really an important aspect, and we didn't see a lot of it, which takes me to the other things. Events. I'm really happy that they are trying to implement co-op and make it work in this game. They are trying to see how they can make co-op work, and I think co-op is. I think
events are the weakest. Events are the weakest part of this game, in my opinion. Just looking at some of the stuff when I hopped on solo leveling a rise the other day, you know, and some of the events that it looks like we're getting in Zenless Zone Zero. They're clear. They're just clear of the stuff that we're getting Wuthering Waves. Everything just feels a little bit too much of a derivative of the main part of the game rather than it being something totally fresh. I want to see something that's got nothing to do with the combat. I guess the fair, the By Moon's Grace event was closest to that, but it wasn't. It was okay, but I want to see something where I feel like I'm doing something. I've got a little bit more control over it. I'm moving things around or whatever, but it's just abstract from the actual gameplay loop of the game that we have now. You know, there was a little event in Solo Leveling Arise that I had to go on the other day where it was just like literally dropping bears down to build a Jenga tower of bears. Simple, dumb fun, but kind of cool. It like takes you out of the typical gameplay loop of the game, and I'm here for that sort of stuff.
A good permanent mode, this game will have even a better future. And trust me, if they make something good and they actually innovate in co-op in these games, it will be a lot of fun. I really like to say how good this game is and to complain about it too. But of course, you know me, I will never dismiss that this is a gacha game. Like, this will always be a little down for me. And so if you want to try the game, it's so enjoyable to me. It has its problems, and to be fair, why should you even consider playing the game every single day? especially if it's very free to play friendly. So yeah, you can actually have so much fun. Maybe what you think about Wuthering Waves in the comments, and yeah, that was the video. Bye bye.
Yeah, still think it is still my favorite gacha game. I'll be critical of things that I like though. There's definitely things I'd like to see improve. There's definitely things I'd like to see change. We're still super early though, and I think a lot of these things will be brought into the game in some guys, even if it's something that I don't want, but it's something that I'll enjoy. I'm confident that Kuro are going to cook in that regard. Just looking at the sort of stuff that they've got in PGR and the way they go about things, and they seem to have really kept the player base that plays that game happy. So I'm looking forward to that sort of stuff. But yeah, I would like to see events that have just got a little bit more meat on the bones. And then I'd like to see some, like I say, abstract events, you know, looking at the sort of stuff that we got coming in Zenly Zone Zero. If you saw the 1.2 teaser, if you see all the different little event game modes in there, they're the sort of things I want to see. They're just silly little, like, arcade type games, you know what I mean? They're almost like browser type games, but they're just kind of fun. It's just a little bit something different. It's light-hearted. It's like, right, I've been grinding this bit of content for a couple of hours. I'm just going to go into this like little game where I drop things into a spot, or I'm going to go around a board and collect little things and it gives me some currency, or, you know, just little things like that. I'd like to see those sort of things. But yeah, I think the game's cooking. I think it's in a decent place in my opinion. I'm looking forward to the future. Things can improve. And I think it's a good time as well, if you haven't tried the game, to check it out. I think you'll find there's some things here that even if you don't stick around, I think there's some fun to be had, you know? I do think there's some fun to be had. But yeah, guys, check out Steorg, show some love, great content creator, great video. And yeah, let's see where things go, I guess. See where things go.